Hey everyone, this is OKCoyote. Welcome back to my Magic the Gathering December Pack-A-Day Challenge for December 22nd. Today's pack is Core Set 2019. So if you are unfamiliar with this series, I am opening a pack of Magic the Gathering every day in December, and every day is a different pack. So 31 days, 31 different packs. As I said, today's pack is Core Set 2019, which means it's the core set that released in 2018, because that's how they number these things. Core Set being a good entry set for new players. Usually features some simpler concepts, especially at common and uncommon rarities. But that doesn't mean that these sets can't have power, because they can and often do. This one's a few years back, so I don't remember exactly what was in this set, but we're going to find out what's in this pack right now, so let's get into it. We start off with an Omen Speaker. This is 1 and a blue for a 1/3 human wizard. When Omen Speaker enters the battlefield, scry 2. Sure, not bad. Kind of a weak creature, but Scry 2 is, especially early in the game, it's very strong. I like it. Decent toughness. It'll kind of hold the board for you until you can get something stronger out or get your tempo cards rolling. Yeah, not bad. Goblin Instigator, 1 and a red for a 1/1 Goblin Rogue. When Goblin Instigator enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 red Goblin creature token. Sure. 2 1/1s for 2 mana is pretty decent. Better if you have other cards that do things with goblins, which when you have some goblins, you tend to find more goblins. So, yeah. It's a pretty good card. Lockheed Linebreaker. 2 and a white for a 3/2 Elephant Soldier. Just a 3/2, no abilities. It's fine. A 3/2 for 3 mana is fine. It's on curve. It'll get some beats in. It'll trade with something. It's fine. Infectious Horror. 3 and a black for a 2/2 zombie horror. Whenever Infectious Horror attacks, each opponent loses 2 life. So your opponent is going to want to block this and quick, because they don't want to lose 4 to this thing every turn. Yeah, it's fairly decent. It's a neat ability. Not a strong creature on its own, but a neat ability. It's something that's going to force your opponent to want to block it, which might give a chance for your other creatures to get through. It's sneaky like that. It's insidious. Next up, we have a perennial favorite, the Giant Spider. This has been around all the way since the beginning of the game. They've reprinted it over and over and over. It is a 3 and a green for a 2/4 spider with reach. And yep, that's what it's going to do. It's going to block flyers all day long. It will hold up the board for you. It's a great card. Simple but effective. Next we have Aviation Pioneer. 2 and a blue for a 1/2 human artificer. When Aviation Pioneer enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. Sure. So you're basically getting a 2/3 for 3, which is not great on its own, but having some of it fly is a little more helpful. Cue this up with cards like Winged Words that trigger off you having a flyer, giving you bonuses for cheap. Or, just having, the fact that it gives you multiple creatures, gives you things to sacrifice. Yeah, it's decent. It's decent. Gearsmith Guardian. 5 mana for a 3/5 artifact creature construct. Gearsmith Guardian gets +2/+0 as long as you control a blue creature. So if you're already playing blue, this is 5/5 for 5. It's fine. It's not fantastic. If you're not playing blue, avoid it. Havoc Devils. 2 red for a 4/3 devil with trample. Sure, it's solid, simple and solid. 4 power for 4 mana. It tramples in. It'll deal some damage to your opponent's face. Yeah, I like it. I'd run it. Invoke the Divine. 2 and a white for an instant. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. You gain 4 life. I've talked about these in other episodes. These are generally not good to draft. They're great sideboard cards, but you don't pick these high because you don't generally see a lot of artifacts or enchantments ruining your day. So generally that's not going to get used unless it's absolutely needed. Skeleton Archer is 3 and a black for a 3/3 Skeleton Archer, because of course. When Skeleton Archer enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to any target. That's actually pretty good. 3/3 for 4 is Hill Giant level, so the creature itself is not fantastic, but targeted removal when it comes into play, sure, it's a nice little boost. I like it. Moving into the uncommons, we have Rupture Spire. It's mana fixing, kind of. It's a land, it enters the battlefield tapped. When Rupture Spire enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you pay 1 mana. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. So, yeah, it's mana fixing. It's, it's going to be this or Evolving Wilds, right? If you're somehow stuck in multiple colors for some reason, well, this will help get you there. Get you that color you need. Next up is Stitcher's Supplier. It is a black mana for a 1/1 zombie. When Stitcher's Supplier enters the battlefield or dies, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. So the self-mill strategy. There's going to be a lot of cards that key off things like that, bring creature cards back from the graveyard to your hand or into play, or cards that might trigger off cards in your graveyard. So this is fine for that strategy. On its own, it's not good. But if you have built around it, or if you've got a lot of graveyard cards already in your draft deck, then you might consider taking this. Surge Mare. Blue for a 0/5 Horsefish. Horsefish. Okay. Surge Mare can't be blocked by green creatures. Seems random, but okay. Whenever Surge Mare deals damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Pay 1 in the blue, and Surge Mare gets +2/-2 until end of turn. This seems like a bunch of random abilities just got slapped together on a random card. It's like they rolled dice to see what abilities would end up on this card. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess it's fine. It's just too weird to wrap my head around. I guess it qualifies as a mana sink. If your opponent decides not to block this, you can boost its power some and then draw a card. Yeah, I guess. Before we get to our rare, let's look at the rest of our pack. We have in the token slot a White Angel token. It's 4/4 and it has Flying and Vigilance. So for cards in the set that generate Angel tokens. In our land slot, we have a dual land, the Timber Gorge. This enters the battlefield tapped, and it taps for red or green. All right. So, multiple mana fixing in this pack. Our rare is Sun Cleanser. 1 and a white for a 1/4 human cleric. When Sun Cleanser enters the battlefield, choose 1. Remove all counters from target creature. It can't have counters put on it for as long as Sun Cleanser remains on the battlefield. Or, target opponent loses all counters. That player can't get counters for as long as Sun Cleanser remains on the battlefield. This is a really weird card that does a really weird thing. And it's kind of cool. It's probably going to go into people's commander decks, but this is not going to be a rare that you're going to want to try out and draft. So yeah, not a high pick for me. I'm not sure how I feel about this. or what, I'm not sure what my pick would be in this set, or this pack, I should say. Probably going to be the Skeleton Archer, honestly. It's the closest thing to removal. A removal card. We don't really have much evasion in here. We don't have any big bombs, and we don't have any removal. So we go with a solid creature that kind of removes things. So I think Skeleton Archer is going to be my first pick out of this particular pack. And that's a little sad, but I don't feel this is a great pack for draft. But that's going to do it for the Core Set 2019 pack. Don't forget to like this video if you like this video. You can also subscribe to my channel and follow me over on Twitter at OKCoyote. So that's going to do it for today's edition of the December Pack-A-Day Challenge. We will see you tomorrow with another pack. Thanks. Bye-bye.